Hi everyone, it's Athena. All right, we are getting ready to do the daily musing for Wednesday, the 13th of March. So that's March 13th, 2019, Wednesday. All right. Today I'm feeling for everyone, I'm feeling a need to get our ducks in a row. If there's anything that we need to sign, we need to ensure that we're signing something that we've read thoroughly. Whatever documentation needs to be looked at, you know, crossing our T's and dotting our I's kind of thing, right? So if there is anyone looking at documentation of any kind, that's what I'm feeling for today. So let's see. Getting our ducks in a row. I know it's general. Well, it's for the, you know, for all of you who are watching. To those who it applies to, obviously. Okay, let's do it. Wednesday the 13th. Look at that. Justice. Absolutely. So we're finding a balance in our lives. We're getting balance after now, which is beautiful, an ending. So this could be an ending to, you know, some kind of contract, legal contract, divorce, court finally, you know, papers coming in, the end of imbalance as well, right? Now we're balanced. The end of a karmic cycle, meaning now we've learned our lesson so we can move on. And we have found balance in doing so. Okay? Again, I love this, the red ribbon that goes through the justice card, you know, being a symbol of our foundation, you know, getting balance back in our foundation. Okay, let's keep going and see what else we got here. Yeah, this is beautiful. So the Five of Swords, we're no longer lashing out. We're no longer fighting about a contract or fighting about an injustice. We've just taken back our power so that we can find balance in our lives. And it is about our foundation. It's about starting new. I love this justice card because his eyes are closed. So it's like an automatic, right? It's an automatic, it's like, you know, doing my balancing act without even needing to look, because I know that what I'm doing is right. I know that what I'm feeling is right, and I'm feeling balanced again. And there's no longer any like lashing out, verbal attacks, things like that. People arguing. There we go. A complete rebirth is, and we had this just yesterday. We had this. A rebirth is completing itself, right? This is my Grim Reaper card. So he's going to turn around here because that transformation is almost complete, right? Almost complete. We've worked hard for this. Whatever it is, whatever this ending is, we've worked hard, and we should be proud of not putting up with anything so that we can start new. Starting new, an ending in order to start new. Okay? And in reverse is the King of Cups. Why? Because this is an emotionally, it's not easy to go through this. It really isn't. It isn't. To be, wow, look at this. Hold on. Holy crap. So the Queen of Wands and the King of Cups with the Death in the middle is a complete transformation. happening for some of you out there. Whether you're a water sign or a fire sign makes no difference. You're gaining stability and balance after a time of, the old, pushing out that old people that are mean and people who don't respect your space. And I'm also feeling people that don't realize how hard you work, pushing all of those people out of your circle, getting rid of excess crap so that you can be balanced. Okay. So this is important. And I'll tell you why, because the card that's next is the Fool. So in no time at all, literally, this hard work will pay off. It will. It'll pay off. You may not see it right now. If you're, in this situation, you may not feel it because you're still feeling like, like this. So this ending is fast approaching if it hasn't already. The death of the old ways of being, the death of imbalance in our lives, taking full control of our lives, getting all those people out of our circle that don't belong there. It's really good. You're cleaning out the excess, yeah? Getting your ducks in a row, right? I mean, that's really what you're doing here. And it's good that you are getting your ducks in a row so that you can find balance, because what is happening is we are with Uranus and Taurus and Mercury retrograde, and on top of that, being in Pisces season, we're going deep. We're going deep within the crevice of our soul. To what? To level out how we're feeling so that we can become back in charge of our lives, right? Someone needs to get their life back, that they haven't had it for a while, right? For a while. They've been working at it. They've been trying to get a vision of, how they're going to cut these people out so that they can move forward. And it's finally happening, like after 8 months, right? So let's get some clarifying cards on this. Yeah, see? We're now with a positive moving forward, right? Knowing that we have to do that. If we don't do it, if we don't look at our situation and find a place of freedom within, even if you're paired up, you still have to extract people from your life to make the inner circle healthy again, right? So you can always tell what's going on in your life if the external forces around you are acting like this, right? Verbal lashing out, taking advantage of all the hard work that you do, people not realizing your worth, okay? So that's when it's time to say, that's when the Grim Reaper comes in and says, these people have to get cleared out. These people that are external to you are no longer good for you. And you have to do this now, because if you don't, if the universe has to come in and change something in your life, or at least get you to see this, get you to understand it, because if you don't, this follows you for the next 7, and I've said it before, it's going to follow you if you keep circling around the same stuff over and over again. If that cycle continues and you allow these people to take advantage or to not see your worth and value, these people are going to remain acting out, and you're going to always feel this imbalance. And that's why I said this in my Libra video for March. That's why people don't understand. That's the word. They don't understand why Libras are so important to their life. Libras are like magnets for people who need justice in their life. They need to see their own truths. And that's why people come to Libras, right? They come to Libras to see the light and get some semblance of balance back. And that's what the Libras are for. That's what we do the best. We level out other people's lives because we're able to see both sides of a situation. Can we do it in our own life? Yeah, but like everyone else, it's not easy when it's in your life as much as it is helping others, because that's what we do. We help others. Okay, so that's why, some people don't look at Libra. They look at Libras as, oh, you can never make a decision. Well, it's because we look at all sides of the coin. We look at both sides. We understand it. We're the best at it. All right. He's got his eyes closed for a reason. He doesn't need to see it because it's innately his ability to be this way. Do you understand? His innate qualities is to come out of the dark and balance out situations that no longer serve you. And that's what Libras are all about. They cut the crap out. They cut belief systems that are not truthful in their own nature. People are magnets to people like us because we do speak our truth, because we see what people's drama, what people have as their drama around them, surrounding them, and them not seeing their worth. Well, that's when it's time to close the door. Because those people are the snakes, right? They come in and they look really, really good. But then you see what's going on around them and you say, oh my God, right? And they come to us. They come to us for this balance. No doubt. No doubt. Please understand that. There you go. So someone is now looking at themselves, right? They're looking at their shadow side, okay? And they're saying, okay, I got this, Oh, sorry, that's Zeus. Hold on. So when you are looking at your life through the lenses of justice, you look at yourself and say, okay, you're saying, okay, what do I need to change? And what part of me does this represent? Because this stuff that's happened externally and this rebirth is really externally about your shadow side. So you're needing to now look at yourself from this perspective saying, okay, now that I understand and I'm balancing and I'm cutting these people out, what part of this is for me to learn from? Always a lesson. This is the shadow side of me. What part of this am I letting go now? What part of this must I let go and cut out? Are there addictions? The patterns that keep forming in your life? Is it time to say, okay, I'm not putting up with this anymore? Okay. So that's what happens. The universe says, okay, it's time to let this go. It's time to embrace your shadow. Not fear it, have no fear. Because if you embrace your shadow with love, it can only bring you goodness and love. They're holding it together. They're holding that wand. That wand, I'm feeling this is like the, what is it? The truth, the speaker of truth. You know how you get in the old days, in Native American days, they gave the wand to each other in a circle, in the days of old. They would pass around this truth seeking. It was like, it wasn't It wasn't a wand, but it was kind of like a wand. So this wand would be passed around in the circle, all right? And the truth would have to be released. The truth would be, it would set you free. So everyone in the circle would have to talk about their truths, and whatever they would, whatever they had to say, it would come out and they would speak their truth. And why did they do that? Because that was their, it was a ritual in a good way, a ritual that would teach them to face themselves at the end of the day, okay? That taught them that ritual taught them that it was important to speak your truth. And it's your destiny. It's your destiny to embrace that for which is not working. Face yourself. What do you want to show the world about you? Now it's time to release that shadow side, release the past, the past, release the past. Seriously, this is a 9. So now you're releasing a part of you that doesn't work any longer so you can start new. 10, it's a final ending. There's the 10. It's a final, we're done. We're done doing this over and over and over and over again. We're done keeping these people in our circle because we now have faced the truth of who we are and we've learned our lessons. And now we've completely balanced our life out. Our life now is balanced because of this. And you've worked hard doing it. You've been imprisoned for a long time. Really. Mental prison. Right? You've been locked up and not feeling like you can get away for too long. The universe says you got to break out of this. You got to break out of this. This is not healthy, obviously. So your heart chakra comes into play because now it's time for divine love. No longer are we codependent. We are finding compassion after a time of isolation. This is isolation, and this is now time to speak up about your truth and what your devotion to yourself is, giving and receiving of love, so that you can literally get out of codependent thought processes. This is what that is. It's codependent thinking. It's thinking you're not enough. You're lacking boundaries. Very important here. Lack of boundaries. Right? This is emotional lack of boundaries. It's feeling lonely. It's despair. It's jealousies. It's even hatred, because the 5 of Swords that's what we feel when we're feeling that. We're feeling unworthy. We're feeling rejected. No longer are we feeling that. We're cutting it all out. And we're breaking free. Breaking free from all that. And that's what the shadow does. We're breaking free from this type of behavior. Okay? And the universe stepped in to show you the way. And then, of course, now you are able to find the semblance of balance, right? With a Justice card. Now you're being healed. Right? Now you're finding yourself again. It's been a while. Now you can look forward to a beautiful, bright future. One that, again, this card brings me to a very balanced. There's an individual here who's centered in the picture, balancing out the flow of water and the balance out of the greenery in the background of Mother Nature. So, and the water is calm. So now you have learned. You're going with the flow, your heart's healing, you're moving forward. You have a bright new future because you took this leap of faith in your life and cut out all these people. Cut out all this codependency, this negativity. All this that has happened is now being cut out in order for you to heal and give and receive love, divinely guided by the universe. The bottom of the card is, well, pat yourself on the back. A job well done. It's beautiful. You are now being recognized for this. And we talked about this, the other day. This is your creativity. Now you can stand up, take a bow. Don't get cocky about it. Be grateful that what you have gone through, you have achieved. You've achieved it humbly. You have, this person is humble, humbly grateful for what they have, what they've gone through, okay? It has been difficult, but it has been worth it. It's really worth it. Wow, beautiful. Okay, so let's see what the Ascended Masters have to say. Underneath this, I'm being told to look at it. So underneath it, also healing of your solar plexus, which is your diaphragm. Knowing now that you're healing your heart, with this healing your heart, you're also building your self-esteem. Your personal power, you're expanding now completely. So now you're decisive. Now you're balanced. Now justice, Now you can look at your life and say, oh, yeah, this is good. Now you can find the giving and receiving, as you can see in this card, right? Giving and receiving in relationships and in your world, in your home life. It has given you your freedom and blessings. Okay, every color of the rainbow sits there in your foundation because you are now at a point where you got it. You got it. You figured it out, and you have found the stability in your life again. Look, you have 3 threes. 3 threes, which I was going to say that the other day. The 3 threes are the Ascended Masters saying, job well done. Whenever you see 333, know that the Ascended Masters are saying to you, they're here. They've got your back. They're showing you how they're divinely loving you because you have learned to give and receive love now on a grand scale, right? That's a grand scale. I mean, that was in there. Okay, so let's look at the Ascended Masters, of course. I don't know why this card was in there. This was from the other day. Okay, we're not going to use that because it was in my Ascended Masters cards. So now you're getting back to this reading. Now you've faced your shadow side. You've embraced it. You've gotten out of codependency. All of this shadow side. You've done your work. And now you're able to go and start new. Start fresh. And be happy. And be proud of what you've achieved. I mean, this is not easy. Going through the shadow of the soul, the dark side of the shadows, going through this process is not easy. It's it's like being pummeled in the laundry. It really is. It's like being literally shaken up. It's like that wave that I talked about the other day. It's like literally being in a huge wave and being, pummeled, by the ocean waves that are so strong. That's what going through the dark night of the soul is. It's not an easy thing. So the Ascended Masters are saying, hey, good job. And there we go. Troth comes in and says, that's correct. We are right in the way that this reading is going. The Ascended Masters are very proud. Not only of where you've been, because some of us are Egyptian from the time of Egypt and have been, this is a past life that we are this could be a clearing, is what I'm hearing. This clearing of the shadow side is something that has been with you from many past lives. Also, there's Egyptian heritage within some of you. Not all of you, obviously, that are watching, but it's clearly, yeah, this is beautiful. I love these cards. I got to get some more. But Troth comes in and says, that's correct. This is what's happening. You have succeeded. And now what happens? Now you're facing, you will be introduced to someone who is exactly vibing on your level. If you are already paired up, then now you're vibing at a higher level. Your vibration has excelled. You have seen the light, you have done your work, you are at peace, and you have your other half, your life partner here, waiting for you. If you're already not with that person, there's where we came from. This is what I was talking about. I think that's why the Ascended Masters wanted me to show you. This is the card I was talking about. We had it the other day. This is what it is. It's like being pummeled underneath the ocean waves and then finally being victorious and seeing the light of a new day. So Moses is coming in to say, you've done good. Look at holding that staff. All right, holding that. Here we go. Who's holding it? Right? It's this guy. It's Moses holding the staff of truth after being literally pummeled through the shadow side of the soul. Moses, when he came back from the mount, he was never the same again because he had seen the light of what? Of God, giving him the 10 Commandments. Okay, so let's not get into that because I don't really talk about that much, but it's part of the shadow side. That's what it's like. Never being the same again. Now El Moria is coming in and saying, clearing your energy is always a good thing. And that's what you're doing. That's what you've done. You hold the staff of truth. You've seen the light. You've coming in completely a new person. Totally a new person now. Okay? Yeah, this is beautiful. And for many, this is reiterating that because for some, it happened sooner than for others. And I think that's why these two cards have come out in the past so many times. Because we're being shown how difficult it is to go through that. And you're never the same after this. And you're protected. Okay, so the Ascended Masters, the angels, they all protect you after you have gone through this. And you've shown your worth to the world. There you go. You now are no longer the same. You are full of light. And, you're showing the world how empowered you are now. And how strong you are within. And that shows on the external. Okay? I went a little over again, but it had to be said. So now everything is going to right itself up. You will be emotionally back on track, finding your power and strength to move forward in a new way of being. Totally in a new way. Strong. Right? I love it. Roaring like the lion. I mean, literally, no one can touch you in this situation now. There's all goodness resides. Have a great day. That was pretty good for a Wednesday. Okay, bye.